Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the first day of FDS 7. It's been such an incredible week so far as we celebrate Filecoin's fifth birthday, and the birthday celebration is ongoing all week. So we're also very excited to kind of share all of these community highlights in parallel with thinking about all the milestones we've had over the years. So this session is really special because we really want to highlight how easy it is to get involved in the Filecoin ecosystem, whether you're a developer, whether you're a community member that wants to spread the gospel of the decentralized storage ecosystem and ethos to those around you, or whether you're an early or late stage builder that really wants to get cracking with all the tools that is coming out of our ecosystem. And so we're going to be really highlighting a couple of programs in this session. Number one is how storage providers all around the world can contribute to the ecosystem through the storage provider working group calls. We have Fatman 13 to really cover that. We also have a lot of community highlights from Orbit and the PL Dev Guild. And we have Temi Luwa. I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. So if I'm not, please correct me. And then we also have Alexi from ChainSafe, who's been a core contributor to a lot of the work we've been doing for interoperability between Forest and Lotus. And so I thought I could hand it to each of you guys to give a quick introduction of how you got started in the Filecoin ecosystem, what brought you in, and how you're contributing today. Maybe we can start with Fatman 13. How many years you've been in the ecosystem and how you got started?
Yeah, thanks, Clara, for the introduction. So we got involved with Filecoin fairly early on, uh, exactly 5 years ago at mainnet launch. So yeah, by helping our clients to build anti-fragile business in both Filecoin ecosystem and Web3 in general under the Ancients Research brand. We are also the coordinator of Asia Storage Provider Group Working Group, which facilitates Asian SPs in protocol governance, discussions, and engagement, serving as liaison between community and core devs. We welcome more SPs to join us along the journey of decentralized storage. For one to contribute to Filecoin, we think to start with playing with some of the Filecoin dApps is one of the easy way to sort of ease one into contributing to more on-chain activities. For example, we teamed up with OGSPs to create the first ever NFT collections on FEVM called Filepunks. Um, Come and join the League of Filepunks holders, which already consists of folks from Protocol Labs, Filecoin Foundations, OGSPs, and more. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much about us. Yes.
Amazing. And what made you decide to roll up your sleeves and coordinate, get involved with the storage provider working group from a personal level?
Yeah, it's actually uh an early effort that's led by Filecoin Foundation. So actually, Clara, you were quite involved with that at the very beginning. So we just think that we continue to hold the banner and uh, also we think we learned a lot from the community, what the SPs are thinking and what challenges they have and sort of building the connections. And we also benefit a lot from building this community. Yeah.
No, amazing. Next up, Timmy Lu, Lo Lua. Am I saying your name right? I just want to make sure. Would love for you to kind of talk about your journey to getting involved as a Filecoin Orbit ambassador and also your involvement with the PL Dev Guild. Just to give a little bit of background, PL Dev Guild has today 45 contributors, 3 full-time hires. It's a 6 to 12 week program to get incredible developers really thinking about contributing to Filecoin. And then Filecoin Orbit has had to date 145 different ambassadors over the years. It's reached over 10,000 people, 190 different workshops, all hosted by our ambassadors all around the world. So I'll turn the floor over to you about your story and your journey into the Filecoin ecosystem.
Hi, Clara.
Hi,
So the name is Temilolua, so you were close to it,
close
not
to it.
far. Yeah. And for basically my journey into the ecosystem started with hackathons. So I contributed at a hackathon sometime in 2022. Uh, I think that was hackathons with It's Global and then won a prize. So that was basically my first fun ever. And after that, I won a prize. I got introduced to the community. And that was also where I got to like join the builders cohort for the FVM mainnet launch. So that was the early cohort. I got in. And around the same time, I got approved to be an ambassador as well, an Orbit ambassador. So that's basically been the journey since then. Last year, I joined PLDG as well as a contributor. So it's also been one of the evolving parts of my journey in the Filecoin ecosystem.
No, that's incredible. And do you want to kind of highlight the different pieces of, how long the hackathon took you, insights from the different programs? Have you hosted some events with Orbit? So would love to kind of hear you deep dive on just how you've contributed, starting with, and the entry point with hackathons and what you built.
Oh, definitely. So at the hackathon, I can't exactly remember the exact project, but I think it was one concerning payments and decentralized payments, storing on the Filecoin ecosystem. So it was basically for, I think for creators, yes. So it was more like a gated community for creators where they can also publish those contents on the Filecoin ecosystem using IPFS and all that. So that was my project at the first hackathon. I went on to build at a few other hackathons involving Filecoin, yes, since then, and I've won prizes. So as an Orbit ambassador as well, I have hosted a few events. Most recently was in last month where I hosted Code and Corgi Abeokuta. We also had like a hackathon and a bootcamp session. So it's been really great. I have gotten on to speak about Filecoin at a few events. One for Ethereum Nigeria last 2 months and at ETH Accra, where I also was a judge for their hackathon. So it's basically, great being an ambassador.
No, that's amazing. And then I know you've gotten involved on so many different angles, which is incredible. Talk to me through your PL Dev Guild journey. What was that program like? How has it been ongoing? What have been ways that you've been contributing to the Filecoin and PL ecosystem there?
Oh, definitely. So the PLDG has been really amazing. Got recommended by Sarah earlier on. She recommended the program to me. Oh, you should apply for this. You've been involved in the ecosystem. It's a really great one. And I did. That was the cohort one last year, and I got in. Since then, it's been really great to help me build as a technical contributor as well, not only for the community side where I contribute through Orbit. And since then, I worked with the Field Builders team on cohort one, where we worked on Field Frame and the Create Filecoin app CLI. Since then, I have also been in two other cohorts where I worked with Storacha mostly for their Go library and a couple of other projects, Storacha Solana, their SDK and all that. So it's been a lot of projects and contribution in the ecosystem. And it's really been great to help me improve as well.
No, that's really incredible. And it's also so great to hear how there have been PL Dev Guild members that ultimately end up working full time for different teams. So it's really great that you can kind of test around it and see what is the greatest way you're personally feeling to contribute. I wanted to also now turn the floor to Alexi from ChainSafe. Alexi, if you wanted to kind of cover your background, what got you excited about working with the Filecoin ecosystem and how you contribute today from the ChainSafe side. Would also love to see how day-to-day you contribute with existing Filecoin teams. So,
Hi, thank you. My name is Alexei, and I work at ChainSafe on Forest. Forest is a high-performance Filecoin node implementation that we are building with the team. And the project started around 5 years ago as just an alternative node implementation written in Rust by independent company. But then we grew a team to become some sort of ecosystem experts that bring some value to different parts of the whole ecosystem. We work on some protocol improvements. We work on Filecoin improvement proposals and Filecoin requests for changes. And we currently reached a state of a mature node that can be used in production for many use cases and became a standard for many cases. I myself work on bringing this platform, bringing Forest to users and making user experience better for any users of Forest and Filecoin as well. Because, for example, I'm working on a node agnostic benchmark suite that can be used by any nodes to track their performance. What I want to see in the future, I want Filecoin to become much faster, much cheaper to run, so that it will make economic sense to build different kinds of applications on Filecoin, not only storage platforms, but also applications that are built with all these technologies. And that's our target at Forest. And for me, personally, I see a big value in it. For me, Filecoin is very valuable blockchain, and it's very close to my values that I perceive myself. That's why I'm excited to work on Filecoin projects, and I'm excited to work in Forest team to bring all of this value.
No, amazing. And I would love to, thank you so much for that background. I would love to hear from everyone, whoever wants to jump in and speak. What are ways that you guys would like the broader community tuning in to get involved with each of your guys' work? Do you have like a call to action? Is it like, come to one of our Orbit events? Or Alexi, is it for you like, hey, all of our code is open source. You can contribute to it. So I would love to hear, a call to action from each of you guys on ways that everyone tuning in can contribute.
So, as an Orbit contributor and PLDG contributor, I think one way I'll encourage viewers or the broader community to contribute is firstly, if you are an Orbit ambassador, if you plan to go or apply to be an Orbit ambassador, I'll actually recommend you do that. So you get to host events, you get to speak about Filecoin on a broader level and basically impact or teach the community around you. So that's one. As a PLDG contributor, I really encourage technical members as well. So this is one way to actually grow in the technology side of things. Contributing to core projects in the ecosystem, you get to learn about the basics and nitty-gritty about Filecoin technologies, the ecosystem project, and all that, and basically helps you to grow as a developer as well.
Amazing. Anyone else want to jump in? Batman 13 or Alexi?
Yeah, from my point of view is that FEVM is a really good starting point. Just you can just have a couple of files in your MetaMask wallet and just play with all the Filecoin dApps and sort of to increase on-chain activities. That's also contributing to the general ecosystem too. Yeah.
Amazing. And is there a link where, like, if folks are interested in getting involved with the storage provider working group or the one in APAC, we can link, or you can put it in directly. You can also link to, the FEM workflow as well. So
Yeah, sure.
I don't think I have the link. That's why. But Alexi, what about you? I think I linked to the Forest GitHub.
Yes, so for us, the call to action that we usually use for our clients is that if you want to save resources and build and run a cost-efficient node that is fast and easy to use, then come to us, run Forest, and even if you need some very special functionality, you could be in contact with us via a software with a human face, and we can implement something specific for you. We are very interested in making our clients, our users, not clients, users, happy, and we want them to enjoy using Filecoin and Forest.
Amazing. I know we have around 15 minutes left. Is that right, Elsa? So I wanted to quickly ask all of you guys a more emotional question. What does the Filecoin community feel like to you compared to maybe other communities you've worked with in the past? How have the people been? I would love to hear from all of you guys what different community members have been like to interact with, whether that's in-person events, whether these are online. So whoever wants to jump in.
Last year, I went to the first, oh, it was this year, this year, February, I went to Field of Summit in Toronto. And it was the first Filecoin event that I visited. I joined the team just 1 year ago, and I didn't have any expectations from this event. But I was amazed by the people who gathered on this event. Like all the experiences merged together from different angles, and all of them working on Filecoin. It's amazing, and the passion that I see in this community, it's something very special. It's a rare case for ecosystems to have such core team of passionate people that are working on the protocol, and I was quite impressed.
Amazing. Fabian 13 or Timi Lolua. Any thoughts from you guys?
Unfortunately, we haven't been to recent Filecoin events in person, but from past experience, we have been to Hong Kong events like 2 or 3 years ago. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good experience. I think we met Clara offline. She talked about a story about her grandma, I think, and something related to, and then finally connect to the I mean the storage, the general storage picture. But I forgot the exact story.
Yeah,
But
the story was my grandmother used to be a Cantonese pop singer, and so
oh yeah,
we've
yeah.
never listened. My family has never actually heard the music live, and I was able to find a original copy of her music, and then we stored it on IPFS and Filecoin so that we can permanently access that file for, decades to come. Because back in her day when she was a singer, the ability for digital records didn't exist. So no one could actually hear her music. So that was a really beautiful way of telling this story. When someone says you have to explain what you do to your mom or grandmother, that was a very beautiful way to illustrate to her the power of decentralized storage and fully owning the music, right? Because it's not just storing the file somewhere, it's also making sure that she, as the original artist of her music at the time, can own it. So yeah, and like it doesn't have to be in-person events. I guess my question was more just around like, how does the community feel like? Is it, similar values? Is it smart people? Are people open to quickly collaborating together? So Timi Olua, I know you've seen this from so many angles, from hackathons to orbit events to even collaborating with different teams in the PL Dev Guild side. Would love to also kind of hear your thoughts.
No, definitely. So on mine, I think I'll start from the, hackathon times, and the team has been really great. One of the outstanding people has been Sarah, who has always helped out with issues I had then. And she has also been instrumental in me getting onboarded into the Filecoin ecosystem, the community, the programs as well. So it has been really great, And also as an Orbit ambassador, it's been really nice as well, meeting fellow Orbit ambassadors. I mean, I've met a few of them here in Nigeria as well. And, hosting events, speaking at events for Filecoin has been really great. I've got to meet awesome people, awesome developers who also want to contribute to the community. And then finally, as a PLDG contributor, it's also been really great. I have got to meet friends who were also contributors. I've made friends who were also contributors here in Nigeria. I mean, some of them we've even met offline, and it's been really great.
That's really amazing. And I would love to hear from all of you guys as a perk of speaking on this panel. What are your ideas for even getting more community involvement for the future? What are some areas of new ideas or new approaches that you think would make the Filecoin community flourish even more? I would love to hear everyone's thoughts. If folks have ideas in the chat, we're always listening from the Filecoin Foundation side on how we can improve or even create brand new programs that don't exist today. A lot of these come from ideas from different contributors in the community. And I also did want to say one of the areas that we allow for these ideas to become fruition, which you'll hear later today during the FDS 7 virtual summit, is around programs like Pro and Retro PGF. So you can actually get grants or get rewarded for actually following through with different ideas that you might have. So I would love to hear from everyone on this panel, different ideas that you might have that is missing today that you would like to see. And we have forms like FDS virtual and also the in-person exactly for proposals to actually go into fruition.
Yeah, I'd like to start off. I know a lot of people thought it nerve-wracking, the Pro PGF get-together meetings where we would discuss a proposal, but the feedback, we're so hungry for feedback there in the Curio team that we were excited to have that many experts together who knew what Curio did and had their opinions to share. We went ahead and said, we want more of that. So we went and started Curio office hours. We haven't had one yet, but that's the plan to try to engage with the community more because we realize we want to have a forum like that for people to come and talk to us and get together that know what it is that we do.
No, I love that. That's great. I love the idea of office hours. I've certainly hosted different ones over the years to make sure that it's not just one Slack message or one interaction, but really getting to ask the hard questions. Yeah. Anyone else on the?
We had an idea for governance, basically a built-in protocol for FIP discussion temperature check. So it's like something like, to put it simply, staking for voting credits, and basically you stake X amount of file, and you're being dripped with say V files, voting file credits, and the longer you stake and the more credits you gain, and on every FIP discussion you could sort of spend those credits in a quadratic voting manner. So sort of taking temperatures of the community for each FIP changes.
Amazing. No, I love that. And I think it's also great to kind of talk about like FIPS are the easiest way to do significant proposals to the Filecoin protocol. And I love the approach there.